Drones, they seem so easy to fly. It sounds like a really good idea to use them to take aerial footage of events and buildings and turn this into a business. But are you aware that you need a license to do this? IBTimes UK recently visited Consortic, a Hampshire-based firm that offers a training school for commercial drone operators that is approved by the Civil Aviation Authority. We were put through a rigorous day of aviation law and best practice before trying out some of the flying procedures that operators need to know in order to pass the practical exam.
The Civil Aviation Authority say that we can only fly at a maximum of 400 foot above ground. If we look at this picture here, we're now at the top of a hill and we're flying at that maximum legal 400 foot. But if we start to send the drone away from where we're flying, above the ground that is now going down below the hill, our altitude is higher, so we're now 500 feet. That is now breaking the CAA law.
And if you've been wondering why it is that you're not allowed to fly drones in the city, here's an explanation.
The problem in built-up areas is that you get something called multipath errors, and this is where the signal from the satellite bounces off a building. The drone still calculates it, but the time it's expecting is now wrong, and that can make the drone position itself in a different place, which could, in a built-up area like this, could potentially mean it could crash into a building.
We also got to try out the computer simulation software that pilots need to train on in order to show that they are experienced enough to fly drones safely. So what are the requirements for becoming a professional licensed commercial drone operator?
When we're assessing our pilots, we look specifically to make sure they can maintain safe operations of the drone in the sky. Part of our course involves height and depth perception. It also involves understanding how the drone flies when in ATTI mode, managing things like a circle manoeuvre. So this is to make sure that they can compensate for the wind and they can maintain their height and depth perception throughout the manoeuvre. We also looked that they can land safely, and we operate a specific manoeuvre where the pilot comes in from quite a high altitude at an angled descent, and lands the aircraft safely. We're also looking to see examples of how they manage their emergency procedures. So for example, if there was a site incursion from the ground or an air incursion, how they react to that and how they deal with that as a genuine emergency.